Good morning, and welcome to the first in a series of PHP on the IBM I webinar series. My name is Larry Neese. I'm the president of NSC Incorporated, and today we're going to talk about why PHP on an IBM I. As you'll notice by the table of contents, we'll discuss the IBM I, PHP, we'll talk a little bit about where it all came about, and then IBM I and Zen Technologies as a joint venture, and then where to begin, along with Zen Server for IBM I, which is a Zen Technologies product, and then some developer tools, the Zen Studio IDE. We'll chat a little bit about that, and then we're going to talk about IBM I's native PHP toolkit. So let's begin. Let's talk about the IBM I. Probably one of the most main reasons that we have PHP on the IBM I is because of the reliability of the IBM I itself. I mean, this is a box that's been around and performed for years as it in various stages, as the AS400 I series, and now as the IBM I and Power 6s and Power 7s. Security as well is a huge strength, where you can utilize a security within the IBM I along with your PHP scripts to control and secure your applications on the website. And scalability, you can create the PHP on an IBM I, and there's scalability to go from the smallest box to the largest, and you can just move the applications as you require, and as you make changes and add those to the different platforms as you grow your platform, application stays the same. The IBM operating system has a built-in relational database, DB2, which we're all pretty familiar with, and if you're not, it's a very strong database, and in PHP you can make direct native calls, so that's a real benefit to be able to have that access to that database without going through an ODBC connection or a JDBC. Now, of course, you can do that as well. Communications, it has its own Apache server, and along with other application servers that you can manage on the IBM I operating system. Networking, it provides full TCP/IP networking and support for HTTP, Telnet, FTP, and a variety of other applications within the TCP/IP protocol. And it has web-enabled technologies as well. As I mentioned, the Apache server is built right into the IBM I operating system, so it's just another part and feature that's there for your utilization. Let's talk a little bit about PHP. Most of you probably know, or if you don't know, PHP is short for PHP Hypertext Preprocessor. It's a powerful scripting language, and it's open source. So it started out as an open source. It was developed back in 1995, and it has evolved significantly over the past few years on a variety of platforms, Windows, Linux, as well as now the IBM I. It's an easy-to-use web application environment. It's server-based, so it's a server-side for processing, which allows it to provide great performance, quick access to the databases and information that you're looking to request and then send down to the client. Support comes from a large community. There's over millions of lines of code that have been written that are all in PHP and running on some of the larger websites. Facebook is one in particular that uses the PHP for their application. So it's scalable from the lowest end of a business all the way up to a very large corporation. Some of the uses of PHP are content management, so we can manage a variety of different applications and internal applications for corporations and different government entities as they require. So something that they may have had in another format as an application on a telnet or a green screen or FTP, they now can rewrite that and make it available through the web browser. They include customer relation management, database access, and we chatted a little bit about that, e-commerce, and there's forums for PHP use, web applications, and then there's over 20 million plus internet domains that are utilizing the PHP itself. Is it popular? To say the least, yes. Part of it, along with when it started out, was back in 1995. It was a version that was more open source, and today's version that resides on the IBM I is much more integrated into the IBM I, as well as tailored to that platform. It also has a capability of linking into other platforms as well. Let's talk a little bit about IBM I and Zen Technologies. Zen Technologies is the vendor that provides the PHP application solution on the IBM I. IBM and Zen together, they're a natural fit, and it's a natural fit for IBM I's customers as well. There is a Zen server application that runs on the IBM I to manage and process the PHP scripts as you need. Improved development quickly. You can develop quickly utilizing the IDEs that are available from Zen, as well as using the standard notepad for some of those that just enjoy using that rather than using another IDE to develop their application. Rapid deployment. You can upload a script very quickly, and within a few minutes you have it up and running. Very easy to install on the IBM I. It's easily integrated into the DB2 data. You can make calls into RPG and other IBM business applications, or into CL, or CL to PHP, or RPG to PHP. And along with that, you have access to a large pool of PHP developers. These developers may have Linux or Windows PHP skill sets, but that doesn't mean that they couldn't work with the IBM I. And we have instances where we've worked with individuals that have never worked on an IBM I, but yet they still have the capability to come in and write a PHP script and be able to utilize that IBM I platform. Where to begin? Let's talk a little bit about Zen Technologies. They have a couple of flavors of their Zen server. One is the Zen Server Community, which is free, and there's a complete runtime environment. Includes the toolkit for accessing the RPG or CL or data queues, data areas, and a variety of other applications that are enabled in the IBM I in conjunction with PHP. Zen Server for IBM I is the Cadillac of the two, and it's a complete runtime environment. It also includes the PHP toolkit. There's quite a difference, though. The performance optimization is significant under the Zen Server. You have the capability to monitor events. You can also monitor different scripts that are being run. You can find out the root cause and do analysis on what's causing the slowdown on a particular application, and that's all fed directly into the Zen Server. So the main differences between the Zen Server Community and the Zen Server for IBM I is the monitoring and a couple of other applications such as the bridges to 5250 and Java applications, plus more. And if you're interested in seeing the community, you have a couple of different options. You can download from their website, which I've listed below here, to try out the IBM I version, or you can just download a version that would run on your PC if you're just interested in seeing how it works. And this would be the Zen Server Community, which is a free version. Zen Server for IBM. This is the first screen that will come in. It's a welcome screen, so it kind of gives you an idea of how number of ways that you can get started with PHP on the IBM, and it shows on the left side here, like Zen Server IBM user information. It walks you through a number of different things. It talks about the PHP toolkit. It also talks about some of the demonstrations that they have available, and then the 5250 bridge and so on. And then along with that, you'll notice on the right-hand side, there's a number of PHP open source applications that you can run out of the box and put them right on the IBM platform. Interestingly enough, my first experience with PHP was back in 2005 when we took an open source PHP stack and installed it on an I-series at the time, and we had it up and running in not too much time at all, although it did take us a bit longer than it does to install Zen Server today, which is a licensed program install, so it makes it very easy. You can either do the standard licensed program install, or you can use the Windows install to help you move that along as well. This screen is an example of the Zen Server dashboard. So the first screen that will come up, it shows you the some of the top 5, 6 items that are causing some incidents, and their severe slow requests is one of them as an example here. But it will list out the items that are critical, and it'll give you an opportunity to click on the ID on the left and then really drill down into the information as you need it. The Zen Server events, as we talked a little bit about, this is just a list of all the different events that are occurring as you're running your PHP scripts. You will not see this in the Zen Server community because it's created for the monitoring within Zen Server for IBM itself, and it's a very helpful tool, especially when you're trying to create or improve the performance of one of your PHP applications. This is some of the information that you can find on the Zen Server as well. This is one of the tabs, Zen Server info. So it talks about the Zen Server. It gives you what level you're at, the PHP level, your web server, what level that's at, and so on. So now I have a variety of information at my fingertips that I can pull up through a web browser right from in the Zen Server administrator. And this is also some information. This tells you all about PHP itself as far as for the info. So this would be like if you ran PHP info left paren, right paren, and within a script, and it dumps all that information out, so you can see what options, what modules were loaded, and gives you a clear vision of what you're running within your PHP environment today. Okay, the Zen Server for IBM, there is support of a large community. It's open source. There are a number of, in this particular instance, the Zen Server Technologies has worked in conjunction with IBM to create an application from the open source that is strictly developed for the IBM. Although that doesn't mean that you can't take open source that was written for another platform and load it and tweak it, and then you're able to run that as well on the IBM. There's thousands of applications, so not only have people written their own applications, but there are open source applications that are supported by many different individuals and who come together to provide applications that are well worth their time. Joomla is an example. There's just a variety of Magento and so on. Many of the components are shared, so they'll create classes. You can have a single level interpretive PHP, or you can go as far as creating your own classes or utilizing the Zen framework, which gives you the capability of write once and use many times, and it reduces the amount of code that's required to accomplish the job that you have at hand. And then on the bottom, if you'll notice, there's a roadmap available on IBM's website that chats a little bit more about what you should do in conjunction with the Zen server and the IBMI. Some developer tools. The one that we use is a Zen Studio IDE, and it's a Eclipse version for editing, creating, and debugging your PHP scripts. The latest version is 9. It's a faster tool, so as you're keying in your script, it's auto-filling in or auto-providing verbs that you may use for entry purposes of the script, so you don't have to remember everything that's at your fingertips. There is a deep cloud integration in the latest version. Also, there's a level PHP 5.4 development support, along with FTP and SSH integration to the IBI for mapping your IFS folders that you'll utilize for your projects for the PHP script. There's a real-time debugger as well, so that you can step through the process of a script to see what are in the variables, where there's a problem, and maybe find out if there's a loop on something that you can walk through it and see how that's working as well. Very powerful. What's next? Well, Zen Studio is on its way with version 10. So included in there, from what we're hearing, is mobile support. And from what we're seeing is that there's a lot of flexibility going to be built into that product as well. So let's talk a little bit about Zen Studio IDE, I should say. The first the page that comes up when you start up is a welcome page. On the left, you'll notice that there is the folders and directories that we use for our projects, and then in the middle is your works area that you can load a PHP script and then work on that and edit it. And to the right are a variation on the different plugins that are available that you can add and work along with this Zen Studio. It supports looking at HTML, JavaScript, as well as PHP. Zen Studio IBMI example. This is an example here of, we took the toolkit and we set up an example to run a CL command. So in effect, at the top we're going to do an add library list, and then we're going to display the library list. So we go down through the process of including the scripts that we need that are provided through the toolkit, and then we link and connect into the IBMI and then process the command, and then at some point in time we'll actually add some HTML if we wanted to make it look a little more dressed up or prettier, so to speak. And this is the output that we're getting from that last CL. So in effect, as I mentioned, we added the library list, Zen serve, and then we displayed it, and then this would be just the array that's being displayed that was built from that command. And there's many other commands that you can create as well. You can call your own back-end RPG program, CL, and you can also, from the CL itself, you can call in the reverse by calling a PHP script, which in turn may go off and get into maybe another SQL database, Oracle, or something like that to extract information and pull it back into your IBMI environment. The PHP toolkit for IBMI, it was developed and supported by IBM in collaboration with Zen. And originally, the first toolkit was a toolkit that was provided by Aurora Technologies, and it was called the i5 toolkit, which has since been replaced with an open source version, which can be easily extended for functionality by Zen and by IBM and I'll have more information on that as we move along here. It takes advantage of the standard IBM mechanisms such as standard DB2 connections, stored procedures, RPG ILE, entirely written in PHP. So now I have the capability of taking those back office applications that are running and to be able to call or process parts of that application in a PHP environment. Where can I get the PHP tool from IBM? It comes from Zen Server 5.6, so if you order Zen Server 5.6, that comes right along with it. But you can also download the latest version at the website that I've shown here. And then you'll notice that it'll be found on the IBM tab titled XML Toolkit for IBMI. PHP Toolkit for IBMI. If you have more questions, there's forums on Zen's website that talk about that, as well as there's a gentleman by the name of Alan Seiden who has a presentation that also speaks of the new PHP Toolkit. And Alan is a business consultant, and he has worked extensively with PHP and Zen and IBM. The following are some compelling reasons for PHP on the IBMI. Performance, performance, performance. And it's true. When you compare the extraction or the retrieval of data from a Zen server environment versus some of the other environments that are running and making those calls to those DB2 databases, the Zen server has a significant advantage over all the others. Native calls to standard IBM mechanisms, as we spoke before, so I can make those calls to an RPG program behind the scenes and a database, a DB2 database, either using the standard DB2 connection, or you can use the i5 DB2 connection that's provided in the toolkit. It's very tightly integrated with a web application server on the IBMI, and it was developed and supported by IBM and Zen as a joint venture. So now you know that you're going to have the integration that you need for those top-level and high-level applications for your website. Talk a little bit about, here's probably one of the largest advocates of the IBMI PHP, and that is Alan Seiden. And I asked him the other day if he could give me a quote as to what his thoughts were as to why someone would go or put the PHP on an IBMI. And as you can see, he said PHP combines open source with the stability and support of IBMI. And this is really a key factor. Not only do you have the capabilities to run PHP on the IBMI, but you've got a large volume of open source applications that are at your fingertips. And the beauty of it is you can load the open source application and make the modifications that you need to meet your requirements at your location. So if you're interested in seeing a little more about Alan, I've listed his website there, and he talks about the open source PHP toolkit. Coming up, NSC, and this is the first of a number of PHP on IBMI webinar series. And as I mentioned here, just follow the blue elephant on the IBM ball, and you can check it out on our website. We've got a variety of different webinars that will be coming around, and I think you'll enjoy them because we show some coding, we do some coding, and we talk about LPAR. We also talk about LDAP, CRUD, developing maintenance programs, and just a variety of things related to PHP on the IBMI. Are there any questions at this time? Thank you. So what's next? Well, one of the things you can do if you're interested in getting a head start or getting PHP on the IBMI, contact us today and we can help you with your first project. Typically what we do is we will work with you on the first project to help you get your feet wet because there's things such as, along with PHP, there's HTML, CSS, JavaScript, AJAX, and others scripts that are available that work in conjunction with PHP, and we can help you get there very quickly. And the goal is to get your project up and running, and then to help you to become self-sufficient to be able to do your own PHP projects. And we're there to help mentor as well. And there's sample coding that we have available that will help you get started and can save you a lot of time. So we have a website here, and along with, if you have any questions, you can just contact myself, Larry Neese, or Eric Neese, and we've got email addresses there along with phone numbers. And I'd like to thank IBM and Zen for information they provided that we used in this webinar today. Thank you.